Lee Majors wasn't supposed to survive his own life. Not as an infant, not as a forgotten orphan, and certainly not as a man whose greatest heartbreak came from an act of kindness. Yet here he is at 87, still standing, still married, and finally letting the world in on the story he carried alone for decades. He came into the world already behind. Born Harvey Lee Yeary in 1939 in Wyandotte, Michigan, he lost his father to a steel mill accident before he ever drew breath. His mother was killed by a drunk driver when he was just 18 months old. An aunt and uncle in Middlesboro, Kentucky, took him in and raised him as their own, but they never told him the truth. He discovered it as a teenager, alone in the house, sifting through a box of old newspaper clippings he found in the attic. Most people collapse under that kind of weight. He simply made a decision. He would never give the people who chose him a reason to regret it. He became a standout athlete, earned a football scholarship, transferred schools, and then watched his sports career end with a back injury. So he moved to Los Angeles and walked into an audition against more than 400 other actors, including a young Burt Reynolds, and won the role of Heath Barkley on The Big Valley. Barbara Stanwyck, his co-star, gave him the advice he still repeats today: be on time, know your lines, hit your mark, and keep your mouth shut. He never needed a fourth lesson. The role that changed everything came in 1973. Colonel Steve Austin in The $6 Million Man. The show aired in over 70 countries. His face ended up on lunchboxes and action figures. Children ran in slow motion on playgrounds trying to be him. He was, for 5 years, one of the most recognizable men on earth. What made the show resonate was something quieter than spectacle. He played a man rebuilt without his consent, carrying extraordinary ability, like a burden rather than a gift. That same year, he married Farrah Fawcett, a young actress from Texas who had arrived in Hollywood with no credits and a face that stopped conversations cold. Their first date did not go smoothly. She ordered a Scotch and Coke, had no experience with alcohol, and became ill. He sent her 13 yellow roses the next morning. She agreed to see him again. By all accounts, they were deeply in love. He used his own industry standing to open doors for her, getting her early television credits, and enthusiastically supporting her casting in Charlie's Angels. He even selected the now iconic red swimsuit poster himself, the one that reportedly sold 12 million copies. But fame, when it arrives at that scale, reshapes everything around it. Their schedules became impossible. According to his own account, there was a year when he saw her for only 2 weeks. While filming in Toronto in 1979, he ran into an old friend and, in what he has described as one of the defining mistakes of his life, asked that friend to take Farrah to dinner because she was alone. The friendship that followed cost him his marriage. He said publicly at the time, in what may be his most honest statement ever recorded, "I'm lonely and miserable without her." He didn't collapse. He went back to work. He created The Fall Guy, produced it, and ran it for 5 seasons. 3 hit series across 3 consecutive decades, something almost no one in American television has pulled off. He married again, built a quieter life in Houston with his current wife Faith, and by 2019 was calling their marriage a record in Hollywood, with the quiet pride of a man who finally got something right. When Farrah died of cancer in 2009, he called her on her birthday, 40 minutes of conversation about everything the years had held between them. Her will, when it was read, left him $100,000. Ryan O'Neal, her partner of nearly 3 decades, received nothing. Some things say everything, without needing a single word. If this story stayed with you, hit like, leave a comment about your favorite Lee Majors moment, and subscribe so you never miss another one.